Okay, I think I'm back this time. Oh my God. Let me tell you what I have been through the last 25 minutes. I had to reboot my computer. Okay. So then my computer decides that it needs to update Windows, not later, but right then between while I'm trying to get the stream going. Okay. Then I'm ran some tests, right? I'm trying to figure out, is it YouTube? What's going on? I figured out finally that my camera died. I only had this camera a year now, but I do admit I use it a lot. Luckily, I have my old Girl Scout motto. I have a backup of everything. So this is the camera that, this, I don't really like this camera because look at the colors are kind of odd and the focus is kind of weird. But you know what? It's going to have to do. So y'all just bear with me. Things aren't going to look as crisp and nice and stuff as they usually do, but at least we are on the air. Okay, I left all kind of sweat and blood everywhere trying to get myself back on the air. Had to set up a whole new stream. Okay, I just let me just get my whining out. Okay, I need to whine about this for a minute because that was a disaster. I'm like, why then? Why couldn't you like fail when I was just Skyping my brother or something? No, you had to wait till I'm on the air, decide to die. Like, ooh, this is a good time to fuck her up. Let me just die right now, right? When she's starting the live stream and just freeze the picture for maximum drama. Thank you, Tracy. Tracy, no, I'm gonna be getting in my car as soon as it's over. Oh, okay, y'all. Let me catch my breath because I was struggling trying to make sure I got here. First, let me show you my t shirt. Isn't that about perfect for me for advice? It's like, oh. And then I had put on my new makeup. I want y'all to see, but you can't see it that good with this camera. So we'll just have to do this again. We'll just have to do this again. Uh, all day people were trying you. Well, honey, they done followed you over here, and my camera just took note and decided it was going to follow suit. So let's get started. Okay, as I usually do. Uh, oh no, now where did I put my letters? Oh, you got to be kidding me. Is this them or is this the old one? Oh, here it is. I was moving around so much I knocked them on the floor. Um, what we do here for anyone who is new to this channel or just happened to see the promo and decide to drop in, this is called What the Fuck Tuesday. We call it that because people send in advice letters and my lovely cousin puts them into this wonderful document for me to read on the air. And I go over the questions and then I give a response off the cuff. That's what we do. We do it every Tuesday. So let me see how many letters there are today. She put 15 letters and we starting a half hour late. This is gonna be interesting. I'm gonna have to speed because I know people like my people that's on the East Coast. I try to be somewhat respectful um, of your time and not keep you up all night. So let's get this rolling. Okay, the first letter number one, is from a male. He's in the 36 to 45 age group, and he just says USA. So I don't know exactly where. He says, I asked my fiance to sign a prenup, and instead she broke up with me. My cousin always picks the wildest letters to start off with. So now I am wondering if maybe that was unfair of me if I was asking too much. It's just that she literally has no money, whereas I would be bringing a lot into the marriage, including my house and a very lucrative home based business. Hmm. Plus, she has been going through a lot of financial issues, such as not being able to afford paying her bills on her job, and has asked me to help pay them. Not that that's bad or anything. I love her, and of course, I want to help her out and support her. That's fine. But she had some arguments with me about how I spend my money a while back, and she wanted me to help her more. We came to a compromise, but I did feel that maybe having to help her out a lot was kind of a concern to take into account. See, plus, I'm not seeing, he didn't say how long they've been dating. But when it comes to the actual marriage, Was asking her to sign one bad, even if I help her out with her money troubles and do things for her already? Was she perhaps overreacting to throw the relationship and the upcoming marriage away just like that? Sir, sir, you sound like a really nice guy. Your heart's in the right place. Your mind's in the right place because you are thinking. This is a greedy bitch. Okay, that's all I'm going to say. Any woman who was struggling to do stuff by herself and who has any amount of help is normally grateful. They not complaining about how you spend your money and demanding that you do more for them. They're happy that the few little dollars that they do have get to stretch further because you've come in and relieve some of that stress and pressure off of them. Now, I don't know why she got so many bills, or what kind of bills you talking about. I mean, like, I do know, like, here in the Bay Area, people's rent's going up like every 3 or 4 months. Their salary, of course, is not improving at that level. And so a lot of people are losing their homes. They're losing their apartments. They can't cover everything when they get $100 here, another $100, another $100. So by the end of a 2 or 3 year period, they're paying $500 or $600 a month for rent more. Do you think their income grew that much? So you don't really say what the help is that she needs that would have helped me make at least a more fair determination. But I do say I'm not feeling her attitude. Let me just put it that way. Whether she was paying for credit card bills, hospital bills, or rent or car, whatever it is, the gratefulness and the happiness that you are willing to step in and help her is not there. She's giving you attitude because you're not doing it all. That's what I'm picking up. And the fact that she was mad because you were gonna sign, she thought she was gonna get married to you, and then she was gonna be camping her ass out and not paying anything while you paid everything, but you dodged that bullet. So I say good for you. This is not anybody who has like a partnership kind of mind, because really, if you guys were going to get married, it would seem to me that she would say, okay, here's all the bills that I have. Here's my paycheck, whatever, can we make this work? I'll listen to whatever you have to say about, because obviously he's a good money manager, right? Everybody listen, right? He dude got, he got his shit together. So obviously he knows what he's doing financially. If I were her, I would have asked him if I could have him manage my money. I mean, she's married a man, so obviously she trusts him, and get her out of this cycle of nonsense. Maybe even get a part-time job to show dude that she's trying to handle it herself as best she can. But this thing here, dude, you dodged a straight bullet, a straight one. Lady Boss, how's the slow down thing doing? I put it down because she's by herself until we get the new moderators on board. And so we slowed the chat down so every 30 seconds because it was a little bit too much for Sister Girl to try to handle by herself. But we did get, just so everybody know, we did get lots of positive response for people volunteering to help come in and be help moderate the chats. Lady Boss will be kind of giving you the giving you the works. I mean, I don't know. I tried to moderate it. It was a total fail. So she came in, her and Vanessa and Tisha Essex came in, and they kind of took charge of that because I was like, I don't know what to do. I, I still don't know what to do. She came in and she handled it. So she is the expert. And yes, okay. So we'll keep it this way then. I was just kind of a test. I wasn't sure how it was going to work. I did find the button though. So you guys who volunteered, we will be getting in touch with you very soon. I have to kind of focus first on getting these interviews ready because this weekend I start the how you change your life series of interviews, and I have 4 people lined up to interview already. So if you're interested in sharing the story about how you change your life, be sure to check that video out. It's on the community wall, and you can submit your name for consideration. All right, so let's go on to letter number 2. This is another dude. This, like, where are these dudes coming from? They're males 26 to 35, and he's from Los Angeles. He says this question is about people who are in long term relationships, like more than 5 years, regarding hearing about their routine day. And he put routine in caps. By routine, I mean the same thing they do every day, week, etc. Like at 12:15 while you're both at work, you get a message or a call from them saying, I'm having lunch now, or after work, I stopped at the dry cleaners on the way home to pick up my shirts for the week. And now I'm making dinner and then I'm going to take a shower after this. Oh my God, I know what he's talking about. I had some friends like that. Do you enjoy hearing the details of the errands they run and the daily routine they do? The same way they always do it? And likely the same things you always do too, like eating, showering, sleeping, going to work. He's funny. I'm just wondering how people really feel about this. Please educate me. I have several people in my life who do this to me, and I'm just wondering why. I don't ever ask, "What are you doing?" And I wouldn't catalog my boring routine to someone. He's cracking me up. Why do they do this? I'm just trying to understand. Do you think they want to connect somehow and have nothing better or more interesting to talk about? Or am I weird and most people actually enjoy this type of conversation? Again, I'm talking about long term relationships here, not something sparkly and new. Dude, okay, since you wrote me, I'm going to give you my opinion. I don't care about the shit no time. I don't even care about when it happens to me. Why would I want to talk about what I ate and when I took a shower and what now I took off my pants and now I'm put on my pajamas? I mean, who cares? I mean, just live your life. But to me, if you have somebody, that's what they have to go to for conversation with you. I mean, I suppose you're right. They're trying to connect to you in some kind of way, and they don't really have a better way to do it. And some people just like to talk and like to hear themselves talk. You know what I mean? So I would imagine that might be some of it. But if you don't want to hear it, like me, then you say, didn't you do something interesting besides eat lunch and take a shower? If that's all you did today, I don't want to talk to you anymore. I'm hanging up now. That's me. But everyone's not as direct or rude as I am. So, and I think some people kind of enjoy that. They want to know what their mate ate for lunch and who they talked to and what was said in the meeting and who they saw in the bus ride home and all that kind of stuff. I'm like, I guess I'm a hermit. I don't care. I don't want to know. Yeesh. Yes, Lady Boss is the bomb. Diarrhea mouth, that's a good way to put it. It's like, oh my God. And then I showered and I brushed my teeth. And then this time I tried a new toothpaste because it was on sale at Walmart. And usually I get that kind that's at Costco. But I'd be tired of buying 5 tubes at a time. I just wanted to have one because I really don't have space. No. You can keep that to yourself. Oh, he's a he bitch? Yeah, I don't know. He got some issues, but I mean, I must be an asshole too cuz I'm telling you I would not want to hear that. Not about the same stuff every day. And notice he emphasized a 5-year plus relationship. So this means you've been listening to this every day for years. Who wants to do that? I mean, I just no. Okay, question number 3. This again, another dude. What? How many men is it? This one's 26 to 35. He's from Pennsylvania. My girlfriend and I have been dating for about 1.5 years. I'm turning 30. She's about to turn 25. She comes from a strict traditional European family, and I do as well. For the most part, we get along really well. I admit that we may be rushing things a bit thinking about marriage, but we have similar life goals and work ethic that seem to be progressing so easily. The issue is, hold on, that she is constantly getting upset with me for seemingly ridiculous things and threatens to break it off. A situation like going to a family event and being annoyed by one of my family members. And she gonna break up for that? Or most recently, where I went to play basketball with my friends at the park and one of their girlfriends decided to come play with their dog there. She said it was weird that she was coming and being the only girl. To me, it seems extremely immature. She was with her ex for 5 years before he cheated on her, so there definitely seems to be a trust issue. Our time together is very limited due to her strict family, although she lived with her ex. At this point, I'm kind of lost, as you can tell from this email. I feel like there's so much potential here, but she is ruining that opportunity with immaturity. Her behavior in these situations just really makes no sense to me. Am I missing something? Can you explain to me what's going on? No, sir, I cannot because she just sounds like a fool. An insecure little child. Now, I admit that probably having her boyfriend of 5 years cheat on her like that broke her heart and hurt her, wounded her very deeply. I do not mean to dismiss her pain. But what I am going to say is that as an adult, we have to take charge of our feelings and what we do with them and how long we hang on to baggage. If you're going to bring some shit that somebody else did into the relationship with me and start charging me with a crime that I didn't do and make me do the time for the crime I didn't do, well, you know what's going to happen? You got to go. That's me. Because as soon as they start talking that, well, my ex this and my ex that, I'm done. It's like I don't want to hear it, and I don't want to be bothered. So she did it. You need to go direct that attitude and that drama to her, and get the fuck out of my face. That's how I am. So you, sir, I mean, she's only 25. You've been together a year and a half, and you're already seeing this repetitive negative behavior pattern where she's threatened to end the whole relationship over some petty, stupid stuff. I mean, how is that going to be a relationship that progresses to marriage? I'm not understanding it. It just sounds very tenuous and very, like shallow. And she's keeping things that way on a purpose because she's afraid of getting hurt again. If I were you, I would rethink this relationship. I would rethink this very seriously because you sound like you trying to, you're almost 30 and you're looking for something a little bit more serious and connected with somebody. You ain't gonna find it here. You said she's not that girl. Yeah, she needs some healing. Like I said, I don't mean to, you know, um, you know, dismiss her pain or anything, because I know that hurt her really badly. But on the other hand, see, I always be telling these young girls, why are you 19, 18, 16, and you talking about you turned 20 and you've been dating somebody for 5 years? What the hell is your problem? That should never happen. Not at that age. You should never be dating nobody for no 5 years. You don't even get to develop yourself as a person, and that's what's happened wrong with her. Her whole teen years she spent up under this dude, and now she got up under another one. So that's not a good thing. So if you're a young girl and you got some boyfriend like that, 17, 18 years old, don't you think about staying with that motherfucker for no 5 years. You date his ass for a year, maybe two at the most, and then you break up and move date on somebody else. You need to get experience some life and not get yourself stuck in a hole. Question number 4 of unbelievable number 15. 15 questions today. My cousin burdened me with 15 questions like she's trying to kill me. Okay, this young lady is 19 to 25 age group from Glasgow, Scotland. Glasgow. I don't know how you pronounce it, but anyway, she's just from Scotland. I do not know what to do. I just know I need an honest answer from someone who is not automatically on my side. Well, you wrote the right person. My boyfriend and I have been together for more than 2 years. We live in a house made up of several apartments. In the same house, we live with my boyfriend's sister, brother, and his mother. It was always hard for me to live with all of them that close, but I managed. I knew his siblings never really cared for me and that I was not fulfilling all the expectations of my mother in law. I struggled, but I managed. How's she your mother in law and he just your boyfriend? 3 months ago, my boyfriend's mom almost died. In the beginning, I tried to support him. Okay, this is veering left really quickly. Then, when she was out of the hospital and back home still requiring care, my boyfriend openly told me he would always choose his mom before me. That hurt me, but I understood. I tried to be supportive, but whenever I have a problem now, or whenever I need his support, he treats me like I'm asking impossible things of him. If I want him to help me clean up or do the dishes, etc. Whenever his sister or brother or mom need him, he leaves everything right this second to do as they ask. Their demands come with restrictions for me and my dog. My dog is not allowed in the garden anymore at night, and if he barks too much, my boyfriend will tell me to fix it right away. I feel like what I want and I need has become unimportant because caring for his sick mom together with his siblings is all that matters now. I'm not heartless. Yeah, she getting all kind of X's. I understand that his family is important, but I feel like everyone wants me and my problems to disappear. Whenever I talk with him about it, he either gets very sad or apologizes a lot and he promised me that I'm the most important thing in the world, but I don't feel it in his actions. I don't know what to do. I'll tell you what to do. Pack your raggedy ass flea bit mutt and your little stuff and put your stuff in a suitcase or over your shoulder like a knapsack hobo and hit the dusty trail. That's what you need to do. You are sitting here whining like a child. This man's mother, you say his mother almost died. Do you think this young man was ready for his mother to die? Don't you think the shock and the surprise and the horror of what would his life would be like without his mother hit him all of a sudden? It terrified him and his siblings, and they racing around doing whatever they can to help their mother survive. That never crossed your mind. That never made you didn't think of his emotional turmoil and his terror at his mother almost dying right in front of his face. That, all you can think about is your dog and some fucking dishes. If your ass is an adult and you can't wash a sink full of dishes by your damn self, you need your boyfriend to help. You can't clean up a house by yourself. He has to help you while he's supposed to be helping his mother who's almost died, and you write me with this simple bullshit. See, you need to get cussed out. I'm surprised that's why his siblings don't like you, because they can see that, not one time did in here did you talk about how you pitched in to help take care of his mother, even to help take care of her house, to cook them a meal, buy them a meal, do anything for them, vacuum something. You know, are you talking about is what you not getting in a situation where this family is in a fucking crisis. This girl, she need her ass kicked. That's what you need. He need to break up with you because you don't have the right attitude. And I'm not saying that you have to sacrifice everything when you're with the boyfriend, but you've been with the dude for 2 years. Okay, you living with his family, but you're not acting like family. You call her your mother-in-law and tell her she don't like you. This is why she don't like you, because she can see you just a taker. You don't want to contribute anything. You just want to sit around like a princess with your legs crossed and have everybody waiting on you hand and foot. But see, this boy don't need you. This boy is worried about his mama. He can't worry about you right now. And you, like I said, instead of just pitching in, seeing that this is a moment where you need to care more about your man just for a little bit and his mama than you do yourself. And if your dog is a fucking barker, he's not only disturbing that family, he's disturbing the whole neighborhood. If your dog is going to bark all the time, then you need to get rid of it. Get it, put it out in the foot, with somebody that's got some land where the dog can run around and play and bark at the birds and all that kind of stuff, and nobody will mind. That's what you need to do. Because I'm not, especially if it's a big dog, and you keep them cooped up in the city like that. That's not good for them either. I'm just really disappointed in you at this age acting like this. And I know your parents would be embarrassed too. You're just shameful. Just a poor excuse for a person. Just unbelievable. Question number 5. Damn it, another dude. What is this? Am I turning into the male advice columnist? This guy is 19 to 25 from Charing Cross, London. I don't know where that is. Okay. I'm 23 and my amazing girlfriend, he says, is 22. We have just started seeing each other 3 months ago. We get along so well. She is cheeky, intelligent, not to mention a total adrenaline junkie. Now to the story. We are out with her master's degree course mates. This is my first time meeting them. So I'm being the half nerd, half jock hybrid that I am, and I noticed that one of the guys is fixated on my girlfriend. So I asked her, who's this guy? And she tells me that this is the guy that had asked her out a few weeks ago, but she declined because she and I had just started going out at that time. So I said to myself, oh, okay, well, that makes sense. So as the night goes on, we get a little more drunk, and she tells me then that she kissed him once in a pub. But of course, this was before we started going out, actually before she even met me. So I accepted, but I can't stop. Yeah, I can't stop someone from kissing another person. I certainly can't be mad about someone that came and stuff that happened before she even met me. So then a song comes on that we like, so we get up to dance. He gestures to my partner to dance, winking at her. Okay. I stay calm and let her make up her mind. Good move. She declined. We get up to dance and he tried to dance up behind her. She moved away and I shoot him a stare so he backs off. Okay, this is getting interesting. I'm absolutely sure that he would try something with her, and because she would have been drunk at that point, something would go down. This happened right in front of me, Deb, so you can see why I don't like this guy. Now, over the next few months, his name kept popping up when my girlfriend went to parties. He always seems to be flirting and wanting to come and see her at work. We work together. We, who? You and the girl, or all three of y'all? That's not clear. Anyway, whenever my girlfriend mentions his name, I react. She noticed and asked if I'm jealous. I'm aware that given certain triggers, we can all display jealous behavior. However, there's a fine line between jealous and being territorial, right? Which one am I? Okay, let me go back to this fucking essay you wrote with the he said, she said. All right, okay, so this was your first time meeting, dude. You've been seeing each other for 3 months, so that's not that long. So this evidently the first story you telling me happened when you guys only been dating a couple of weeks. Okay, she declined, and so she admits that she had kissed him at one time. Okay, so he knows you're there with this girl. He knows that this is your girlfriend. He asked her to dance. Okay, she wisely said no, and you were very smart to let her make up her mind. That was a G move if I ever seen one. Good. We get up to dance, and he tried to dance up behind her. Now, see, now he's crossed over to being a motherfucking just little asshole, disrespectful punk. That is something that would get you busted in the mouth in Oakland or jumped by dude and his friends for just trying to punk somebody and be all up on that girl like that when she already did told you she don't want to dance with you. See, now you're being creepy and weird, right? Because she said no, right? She said no, I don't want to dance with you. She went to dance with her boyfriend, and he gonna insist that she dance with him by dancing up behind her when she's dancing with her boyfriend. See, I'm telling you, that's some shit. I mean, them Oakland niggas would shoot you behind some shit like that. People don't do that here. They have better sense. Okay, so he backs off. And you say you're sure that he would try something if she had been drinking. Yes, but you know what? I don't think that it would have been, he would have tried something, but it wouldn't have been, I'm not getting that it would have been that she wanted it to happen. It would have been something that, he kind of forced himself on her like he was doing on the dance floor with you right there. Okay, this dude does not mean your girl no good. Okay, his name, he keeps popping up. He's flirting, he wants to come see her at work. Okay, now what you and your girlfriend need to talk about are boundaries. And if she has security at her job, I mean, I don't know what kind of job she had. Like if she works at a fast food place or restaurant or something, then there's really nothing they can do because he would be like a customer and he could come in and out at will. But if it's like an office, then you guys have security or whatever. They need to be alerted that this guy's not to come on the site because he's not welcome there. He's harassing her. Okay, and as far as if you're jealous or territorial, which seems to be your main question, I don't see this as jealousy. To me, jealousy it plays out in a way where people try to be controlling, which you were absolutely not. You let her make all her own decisions. You backed her up, but you let her choose what she wanted to do. Jealousy, usually indicates like they don't trust you. They start making all these stupid accusations, trying to control what you wear, where you go, who your friends are, when you come, back and forth, and all this kind of stuff. That's jealousy, and some of you, even take it to the next level and get violent. I see what you're doing is I would call this more, territorial. It's like you are doing like any male animal would do with protecting his mate. He's warning off other male suitors, and that's what you were doing. But I think you're gonna have to up the ante, and you're gonna have to tell dude like go with her to one of these parties because you seem to be very free about that. And that's what I'm saying. You're not jealous because you would be telling her you can't go to no party where that motherfucker's gonna be and all this kind of stuff. You're not doing any of that. So what I'm gonna suggest though is that you start attending some of these things with her and stop letting her go to so many things by herself. You need to make your presence known so this guy understands that y'all are a tight couple and there's no room for him anywhere in this situation. And then if he continues to act a fool, you're gonna have to, talk to dude and be like, what are you trying to do here? You trying to horn in on my relationship, but you disrespecting my relationship, you disrespecting my girl, and you disrespecting me, dude. You need to quit. Just have a friendly chat. Yeah. That's just foul. I don't like all that kind of stuff. And he just being just super messy and just scandalous and trifling. And what your girl's gonna have to do is tell dude, the way that you're treating me, and the way that you're treating my boyfriend, I would never want to go out with you. I hate the fact that I even kissed you. As I want you to stop hanging around with me. I want you to stop trying to come up to my job. I'm with somebody else that I really like. And what you're doing is extremely disrespectful and it's creepy and stalkerish. And I want you to stop before I have to file a restraining order on you. That's what your girl needs to say to him. So y'all got to make a concerted effort to shut this dude down. He needs to see that both of you are on the same page. All right. But no, you're not jealous. You're just territorial, like you said. Question number 6. Finally, a woman. She's in the 46 to 55 age group from San Diego, California. I'm a woman in her mid 40s who has been dating a 54-year-old man for 4 years. He was married for 20 years. Whenever I mention the subject of marriage to him, he becomes defensive and tells me he doesn't know me that well and he suggested counseling to improve our communication skills first. Really? He made this suggestion over a year ago and no appointment. I am in individual counseling and he is not. I recently found out that he spends time with many secret female friends, taking them to dinner and going to the movies with them. Should I stay in this relationship? What relationship? You're a 4-year booty call. I mean, I don't understand why you don't see that, but that's all this is. And he's giving you all these jive time excuses about, counseling and all stuff, and you was dumb and you went along with it. Girlfriend, come on now, you in your mid 40s and you just naive. You don't understand what's going on right in your face. This man has no intention of marrying you. He's out there playing the field. You just booty. Okay, and he's getting booty evidently with these other secret female friends too. And you keep talking about marriage and you putting him, elevating him to some status in your life that he does not deserve. He hasn't worked for that. He hasn't earned it. He's not even interested in it. So, you need to open your eyes and see this for what it is. Continue your counseling so that your counselor can hopefully help you understand the meaning of what it is that you see in men so that you can be more, focused on what is versus what you want to see. Because I'm looking at this like, what relationship? What's she talking about? Stay in it. Why would you do that? You should have been dating other people at the same time like you was dating him. And you wouldn't stay with no man for 4 years who was playing these kind of marriage games if you really want to get married and you already in your 40s. People usually in their 40s, they like within a year they're married because they know they only got 20 more years to be here, if that. And so they trying to make it count. So you just up there wasting 4 years of your life with this knucklehead in this mess. Yeah, I'm like, what is this? This is like, this ain't no relationship. I'm confused. Oh, so we got a letter from a lady, and sadly, she was kind of dumb. Oh, well. Let's move on. Question number 7. This is the one, another female, 26 to 35. We moved to another state almost 2 years ago from our hometown. We have been married for 6 years and we have a 2-year-old daughter. But Deb, since we have moved here, I have been miserable. I hate my job. I gained 40 pounds because all we do is sit around and eat. We are 14 hours away from family. I fly home about 3 times a year. It never seems like enough. My family was upset we moved due to my daughter not being near them. My family does not visit much here due to not agreeing with the move. My husband likes his job and he makes more money here. He also has a good friend here, but I have no one. Most of our friends are still in our hometown. Plus, I hate the weather here. It's just freezing cold. We both love football and have season tickets in our hometown. I get sad that we can't go and have to sell them now. I suck up all my vacation time so I can go home and not actually go on vacation. He refuses to move. What should I do? Leave. Shit. Fuck it. People have commuter marriages, and if you decide you don't want to have one, then just get a divorce. Shit. Fuck it. I mean, it's like, my thing is this. You are miserable. Okay, now it's going to start affecting your health. You keep gaining weight like this, and you're sitting around and you're not exercising, just putting on all these pounds over a short period of time. That's not good for your body. Okay, that's the kind of shit people end up with, diabetes and heart problems and kidney issues and all kind of stuff. So you need to, get this together. You're eating because you're so unhappy. Okay, so what you need to do is talk to your family, see who has room in their house for you and your daughter. Okay, then you work on by mail and Skyping, whatever you need to do, or see if your family can help you hook up a job, some little simple job, and then you take your happy ass back home where your family is, and you leave him over there where he's happy, there's no reason for you to be miserable. Your baby, don't you think your baby's picking up on that? That's his baby's 2 years old. Her mother should be full of joy and excitement and happiness because that's what that's what your child needs to see. Laughter, joy, fun with her mom. Instead, her mom is miserable. Don't you think that baby knows that? Come on now, this is not good for either you or your child. And you need, as the mother, your job is to protect your child at all costs. I don't give a fuck about that man. He's grown. He can do it whatever the well hell he wants to do. Your job is to protect your daughter. So you go over there and let him worry about how he gonna, see his daughter and whatever. And if he gets fit funny style about paying child support and whatever, just file on his ass, and they'll take it right out of his paycheck. I mean, just because, and in the future, people need to stop with all this moving stuff, moving cross country and all this stuff because of some man. Just say no. I'm not doing that. Yeah, live your life. I mean, he might be a perfectly nice guy and everything, but as you guys have grown and stuff, the incompatibilities are now known, and this is something that's very serious. So he doesn't want to move, you don't want to stay. This is an impasse. So you take your daughter and you go home. All right, question number 8. This is a woman who says she's over 65 in the U.S. I'm a 70-year-old woman. I live on Social Security in low income housing. Oh boy. I'm also a survivor of domestic violence and have many serious health conditions. People who survive a lot of domestic violence usually do develop health conditions from the stress. My 44-year-old son refuses to help me and refuses to let me see his wife or my 8-year-old grandson. They have recently moved to my city. He has cut off all communication with me. Wow. And refuses to acknowledge that a year ago he was violent with me. I don't know what to do. I'm afraid of aging all alone. I'm afraid that my beautiful grandson will never see me again. We are very close. This is the fourth time my son has done this. He has a precancerous condition, and I know he's really messed up, but he's also ashamed of me because I'm poor, and he and his wife work at fancy schools. Any advice you can offer, I would appreciate. Thank you, Deb. Well, see, you put USA, you didn't put a city or state, because that would have given us the opportunity to do some research. So that's why that field is there, you guys. When you send in questions, it's not like we're trying to be nosy, but if you ask a question that involves resources, we need to be able to make a phone call or do an internet search to get the information that we need to help you. Okay, so right now, USA, I don't know where the fuck you are, so I cannot offer you any specific advice. You're going to have to do it yourself. So, what you do is you call social services in your area. Okay, you explain the situation to them. Okay, you're in the low income housing. Sometimes they have people that are specialists in survivors of domestic violence. They can get you extra resources for that, and tell them that you want to find some social activities for seniors that you can do with what your health limitations are. Every municipality has a senior center or some kind of senior activities. Some are better than others. Like where I live, they have a brand new multi-billion-dollar, million-dollar building for the seniors with pools and jazzercise and pool tables and all kind of stuff they have up in there. But I can't wait till I'm old enough to join because I'm gonna be all up in that mix. But they can provide you with some resources so you can have some friends and have places to go and things to do, and they'll be free. Sometimes they even have free lunch meals. You just make your way there. They feed the seniors breakfast, lunch, and dinner for free. Okay, so you can get out, you can meet people, and it'll cut your expenses down on your food. Okay, this is a multi-beneficial thing. Now, the fact that your son has done this bullshit 4 times and he was violent with you, I I'm not sure I'd want to be bothered with him, to tell you the truth. I understand that that's probably your only child, and so you want to, look past it. But if he's, got this kind of attitude towards you, this could be putting you in a very risky situation. You have to think about, it might be good that he's cutting off contact, and he's got a precancerous condition. Well, his evil ass that's probably why, because he's a fucked up evil person. And so he, being ashamed of you because he's poor and they work in fancy schools. Well, if he got some money and he's all fancy, why don't he send his mama some money? I mean, I wasn't balling like that, and I used to send my mother $200 or $300. I mean, like, even on my poorest, I still would send her 50 to 100. So it's like, you have to do for your parents to the best of your ability. And if they both work in fancy schools and making some money, there's no reason why they couldn't help you out. So that would be my suggestion. Like I said, I wish you had been more specific about where you live, so that I could have given you some specific, CBOs or some contact person or something to call. But in general, that would be what I recommend. And I would say, just stay away from this son. You never know, shit, his fucking ass might die anyway. And good. And then his wife and their grandson will reach out, for you, because then the wife will be sad and she'll want to make contact. It would be sad it had to come to that, but when people act like that, I just really don't have no pity for him. So he died of cancer. I'll just be like, oh well, motherfucker, maybe you should have thought about how you treated your mama, and then you wouldn't have had to suffer like that. I don't know, but people always like to talk about karma. There may be some truth to that. Yeah, it happens to senior abuse. I used to work for adult protective services. I couldn't take it. It's the people are so fucking scandalous. It's just unbelievable. I never knew that children could be so disgusting to their parents. This one case, this dude came in from the Philippines and forged his mother's signature on her house and sold the house out from under her. She had, like, some memory issues, cognitive issues, and forged it, sold the house, took the money, and fled. Him and one of the sisters, and the other sister lived with the mama, and they was homeless, and there was nothing nobody could do about it because they was outside the country, and nobody knew where the fuck they were with all that money, almost $1 million, because homes around here are pricey. That's what he did to his own mother. So she had worked all her life to have that house, raised him up in that house to keep that house, and that's what he did to her. So I just, nothing surprises me anymore. But that's why I think my attitude is so callous about it. So when the people start whining about, well, my kid, this, I'm like, oh, I don't want to hear it, because I saw thousands of cases like this where the kids were trifling to their parents, and I just don't have it in me. I know people be like, you so cold. You shouldn't wish he died of cancer. Well, I don't give a fuck what he dies from. I just want him to die. That's that's where I am. Because it's like, you too fucked up. You too evil and nasty, and the world doesn't need any more people like that running around. Question number 9. This is from a woman, 26 to 35. Again, she says USA. Y'all need to put your cities and states on here. My current situation has me so confused. I met a guy almost 4 months ago. Since we met, we have seen each other almost every day. We have a good connection. My kids adore him, and he spoils us rotten. I have met his closest friends and his sister. He is very affectionate with me. But it took him 3 months to leave Tinder, where we met. He made it clear that he browsed before he deleted the app. He doesn't call me his girlfriend, or does he just say he loves me. He tells me that I should be patient and he will eventually ask me to be his girlfriend. Yet he has made it very clear that he does not love me yet and that it will take a long time to do so. Am I wasting my time, or should I be patient? I don't want to be strung along, but neither do I want to lose a potential partner that fits so easily into my family. Another person who's saying they have a relationship that they don't have. I mean, you guys are, let's see, there's like booty calls, friends with benefits. That's what you are. You're friends with benefits. That's, you go places with them. You might do stuff with them. You kind of know their friends because you are friends after all. You know each other's friends. You might know some of each other's families. You hang out. I mean, and then you have this little thing, but it's with the understanding that You could have that similar situation with anybody else, or if either one of you meet somebody that you really want to be with, then the friends with benefits thrown to the curb with no explanations needed. That's what you have right here. So, it's unfortunate that you only met this man 4 years ago and your kids are already so attached to him. They see you messing up. That's not how you do things. You should, he said he has his he said he loves you and calls you his girlfriend, and yet you have your little children's minds and hearts all associated with this fool. That is bad parenting. Very bad parenting. That's not how you handle yourself as a single woman. Your kids should have never met this motherfucker. Never. This is just, you doing too much. Fits in with your family. Lose him. What are you talking about? You don't have him to lose. You lose keys. You lose money. You lose the shoe or something at the gym. You don't lose a man. Okay, this desperate, stupid attitude women have sometimes just makes me want to choke you. Okay, he's free to do whatever the fuck he want to do, just like he's doing, and that's what you need to be doing too. And in the future, when you meet a man off of some raggedy ass thing like the swipey thing there, Tinder, don't be bringing them home and around your kids. If you can't afford a babysitter, then your ass don't need to be dating. He's not even emotionally. He's just all kind of unavailable. He just don't want to be bothered. He's emotionally. He's physically. I mean, you see him and stuff, but he's the kind that want to see you. So keep them legs open. I'm just not impressed with your choice of men. Question number 10. This is a one young woman, 26 to 35. She's from London. Oh, we got what's I must be on some page in the UK or something that I don't know about. Did you notice that? Scotland, something else in London, and now this one in London too. Been seeing my new boyfriend for a few months. I have a son, he has a son too. He sees his son regularly in case that's relevant. Here's the issue. Other than him being the perfect guy in every way, when he comes to my house, which is nearly every time, as he lives at home with his mum still, I buy all the food. So for dinner, breakfast, lunch, etc., I am feeding him. When we go out, he also lets me pay. Lets me. Don't get me wrong, he's taken me out for a meal and bought dinner, but say we are out for the day and I'll say, I'll get this, he says, thanks. I'm all for paying my way, but over the past 3 months, it's been very uneven. I'm barely affording to pay my bills, so when he stays, which is every other weekend for 2 nights, and the odd night when Lo is at her nan's, huh? Who's Lo? I then worry about water and electricity. I'm far from right, but I'm struggling enough, and now I'm getting to the point where it's annoying me. So I tried to speak to him about it tonight, and all I got was he struggles too. He also worries about money, and because I said it's different as I'm a single mom and I'm comparing it to living at home, it's not the same. He got defensive. I understand I probably made him feel bad, but it wasn't my intention. I said let's just leave things after it was getting heated. He's texted saying we're not falling out other than this, things will get better, and he loves me, and that he's opening up his heart to me, and he wants to be with me forever. I mean, what to say to that? Am I being mean? I feel so upset. I need some advice from the outside, Deb. Please help. All right. This is how you handle this motherfucker. He want to come over to your house and lay up at your house, running up your water bill, running up your light bill, running up your TV bill and your cable bill, using up your toilet paper, using up your soap and whatever shampoo, everything like that. So it's costing you resources that's taking away from you and your child when you already, not like a baller. Okay. So what you need to do is tell him the next time he tries to come over for the weekend, he needs to bring with him, and you give him a list: a bottle of shampoo, a package of toilet paper, a package of paper towels, a package of paper napkins. You need whatever the meat is that you plan to cook, and the vegetables and the side dishes. You need a loaf of bread, you need a gallon of milk, and how old is your baby? You didn't say how old your kid is. Well, maybe you don't need Pampers. I wouldn't give a fuck. He's gonna buy something for my kid. Okay, and some bars of soap and some laundry soap, and then you ought to give he won't need to give you $50 towards all these lights that he's been running and the water costs and stuff that he's been having you incur. Now, if he should say that he does not want to do that, then you tell him not to come. That's what you do. and say, I'm tired of funding you, and you're a grown man. You know that I'm a single parent. Where do you think all this money is that's coming to feed a grown motherfucker, and you don't never feel like you need to contribute to the resources that you use up in this household? See, this is the deal about these kind of dudes. You see these like old school dudes. They know when they dating a single mom, or even a lady who's not really making that much money. They come in the house with a bag of groceries. Okay, they already know because they had sensible parents that raised them with some intelligence. They know not to come to somebody's house empty-handed, especially to think they're gonna stay there the whole weekend and someone's gonna feed you 3 meals a day and snacks every weekend, and you don't contribute a dime, and you think that's realistic. See, now he would have got kicked the fuck out of my house. I'm telling you, like the dude that I married, he was like, I had this juice that I used to like. I can't remember. I got it from Whole Foods. I can't remember the name of it now, but it was like a blend. She was expensive as hell, like peach something, kind of blend stuff. And so I had, the bottle of it, and it cost like at the time, I don't know, maybe like $4, which in them days that was a lot of money. So I would have like 6 ounces servings, like they said, it would last me all week. Do you know this nigga came to my house and said, "What you got to drink?" So I pointed to the refrigerator, thinking he's gonna have like a sensible amount, like a normal person. Do you know this motherfucker drank my whole bottle of juice in one sitting? And I went off, and he's like, "How you gonna go off about some juice?" I said, "Cause nigga, that was for me, and you just come over here and just drink it all. I mean, you couldn't have just stopped at half. You had to drink the whole thing with none for me. You selfish motherfucker." Oh, I lost my mind. And you know what he did? He went to Whole Foods because he was just so bent out of shape that I cussed him out. I gave no fucks, and we had just started dating. I'm like, you could hit the door. I don't really care. But you not. This is one thing we not gonna do. You're not gonna inconvenience me and make me suffer because you came over my house. That's not right. So he went to Whole Foods and he got me. They had like the little flats where it's 6 bottles in the flat. He brings the flat in. And then he used to like to drink Kern's Nectar. So he comes in with 2 flats of his drink because he don't know how to just drink water like a regular person. He's swinging all this stuff down. And so he had that. So he sits it down in the corner of the kitchen. And then he says, "This is for you and this is mine. And that'll never happen again." I said, "Oh, okay. Well, this might work." Shut up, lady boss. Dehydrated Dusty. Yeah, but I was hot. Because, I had to go, Whole Foods was not close. I had to drive all the way to Berkeley to go get that shit. And it cost, I wasn't making that much money at the time. I was still, like working part time and going to school part time. And so he gonna be trying to like, talk about, um, well, I'm just gonna drink the whole thing. I'm like, no, you ain't. No, you not gonna do that. Not here. So yeah, we worked that out. That worked out fine. He got his mind right. And then he started bringing me wine and beer and all that kind of stuff too. I'm like, yeah, okay, now this the right direction. Now, now you're talking. Okay, okay, we're on question number 10. Everybody, after a rough start today, very rough start. The show got started half an hour late because we had camera failure. I didn't know what the hell was happening, but it turned out it was my camera, so I have to go order me a new one. But I'm telling you, everything's rolling now, though. So everybody, thank you for your patience and for coming back and finding the new version of tonight's live stream. What a disaster. Okay, let's roll on. Question 10. This is another young woman, another person from London. Yeah, I must have got some promo over there that I don't know about. Um, oh no, wait, this is the same one. I'm no wonder I forgot to toss it. I was talking about that dude so much I forgot to get rid of the letter. All right, question 11. Here we go. She's from Cornwall. Isn't that in the UK too? She's in the 1926 group. We were having an argument, and I asked to be left alone for a while, telling him that I needed time to think and cool off. I went to read a book and then I went to bed. The next day, he had a broken finger and knuckle. What? Apparently, he was upset in the middle of the night, left the room, brooded, and then punched the wall and broke his hand. Is there anything to be worried about? I mean, it's not like he was threatening me or making me feel unsafe. It's just his coping mechanism. I totally get that. I threw things once in my life, not at anyone, but it wasn't my proudest moment. I had just found out about a cheating ex husband, but until today, I remember that pain and hurt, and I understand if he just needed to release his feelings. But having been physically abused before, I'm a little sensitive and I'm wondering if such behavior points to more things in the future. What do you think? I think first they punch a wall and then they punch you. That's what I think because punching things is not a normal way to deal with your emotions. Okay, that is somebody who's stupid. And you with a stupid man. And you with a stupid man that has a propensity towards violence. Let me tell you about what happened to this situation. I used to work at this law firm, right? And this dude, he was one of the attorneys I worked for. Uh, I don't know what was wrong with dude. He had had like a brain tumor. He had like this big scar on his head, and he would have these like mood swings sometimes. So one time, he was standing at my desk and he was getting impatient because I was on the phone and was started like leaning forward like over the rising. That's what I worked as a legal secretary, right? And we had these things where the attorneys could stand there and review documents and sign them, so it was a little high. And so he's standing there, and then he starts leaning over the thing like he's, gesturing like this at me. And I don't know if you guys know them wood, those metal three-hole punches that they have at businesses, the old-fashioned ones with the handle crank, and not the button electric ones. I'm talking about the manual ones. Them things weigh about 7 or 8 pounds. So it was there. I reached for it because I'm thinking, you swing if you want to. I'm gonna clock you upside the head, and you're gonna have a matching scar on this side of your head when I split it open with this three-hole punch. Because they're not used to black people from the hood. They used to scary black people. Well, that ain't me. I'm gonna hit you with something. You try to touch me. So I'm looking at him, right? I'm still on the phone, but I'm looking at him with this thing, right by my hand, like, okay, okay. Now I'm on vacation, right? And we had this older lady. She was probably, I don't know, maybe 60, that had worked there for a long time. And he got mad at her, and she was in the hallway. Do you know just the same dude? He swung at this woman, and he didn't hit her. He hit the wall, just like this woman's boyfriend did. Hit the wall. Now, this lady's husband used to kick her ass. She had PTSD from that. They said this woman crumbled on the floor. Because I didn't see it. I'm giving you, I admit, it's secondhand information. But my attorneys, saw it, and they were the ones telling me, how horrible it was and how bad they felt for the lady. And she crumbles to the floor and just like went into a fetal position and was sobbing and screaming and hysterical. They had to call the paramedics to get this woman, and then she was out like on a medical leave after that. There was nothing they could do, and they had to pay her because it happened at work, and their attorney did it, the same one who I had to pull that thing out on. So they finally got rid of him. After that, it was just too much. But see, long as I was telling them that he was, potential for violence, they wasn't listening. But after he put that big old hole in the wall at the law firm and the woman crumbled to the floor, and they had to pay hundreds of thousands of dollars in damages. Well, then suddenly, everybody was all ears. So what I'm telling, the long-winded reason why I'm telling you this story, young lady, is men don't change. However, he is deciding to handle his emotions in this violent way, that's the way he's going to be. This time he hurt himself. Next time he's going to hurt you. And you're going to be like all apologetic and everything. And you're going to be right back in that cycle of being physically abused that you were used to. I strongly suggest that you pay attention to what I just said and you tell this guy that, it's obviously not going to work because his way of handling conflict and stress is one that you don't aren't comfortable with, and you don't want to continue the relationship because the risk to dealing with him is too high. You've already been in that down that road, and you're not trying to go down that road again. And then you leave his ass alone. He's swinging. He trust me. He imagine your face on that wall. You just don't know it. Question number 12. Female, 26 to 35. Again, she says USA. I've been dating a guy for a while now, and things are going quite well, but he seems to take lots of selfies. Ah, he doesn't post them on social media or anything, but he sends them to me a lot. In the beginning, I was slightly bothered by it, but I thought that it was probably a one off. But he keeps sending them, and she put a couple of exclamation marks. Sometimes he'll send two almost identical at the same time. I haven't asked him why he does this as I'm afraid to offend him. Please. He can be quite defensive at times. Today I received a video that his phone made for him of a slideshow of all his selfies from the previous month. It was a lot. Deb, I don't know what to think. This guy is 37, so he's not an insecure teenager either. He is a great guy in many ways, but this selfie thing really bothers me. Where do these guys come from? You guys be finding these dudes on them swipey things. You need to leave that shit alone. Also, lately, he started talking about how everyone thinks he looks so much younger than his age. I knew it. I knew it. I don't agree, but I didn't say anything. Not sure if he's insecure as I'm almost a decade younger. There's also a lot of mentioning of his successful and highly paid profession, but in the end, it's the selfies that's the biggest concern for me. Am I just being petty? Or are these red flags and signs I should move on? Girl, you should have jumped up out of there, beep, beep, like Road Runner. That's what you should have done. This dude is a nut. Okay, first of all, he has extremely low self esteem. Okay, and see, I dated a guy like this for a hot minute who was always talking about how much young, how young he looked and how people would always thought he was young, and these young girls would be coming at him and all this kind of stuff. And me, you know how I am. I mean, I listen to stuff that people say just from the psychological research angle, and I was looking at him wondering, why is it so important to you that you want to pretend like you younger than what you are, motherfucker? You got gray hair. You don't notice that? I mean, he didn't really drink that much and stuff, and he exercised, so his body was very firm and muscular and all this kind of stuff. I mean, he wasn't looking like an old man in any way, but you can't help the age. You get the gray in your beard and shit. I mean, it just happens. That's what happens. And so when you have guys like this that are focused on their appearance and on other people's opinion of them, this is a man like I just talked about in that video the other day of the cowardly men. He's afraid of aging. He's afraid of being considered old and mature and living up to the responsibilities and expectations of a mature man in society. He's trying to hang on to his boyhood, his youth. What 37, almost 40-year-old man takes selfies like a fucking teenager? That alone, you should have called him on. Okay, you talking about it might hurt his feelings. Is something wrong with me, y'all? Because I must like hurting men's feelings. Because he would have sent me like by the third one. I'd be like, why you sending all these goddamn selfies? I already know what you look like. Stop sending me this shit. You blowing up my phone and filling up my phone with this. See, that would be me. And he's defensive. Who gives a shit? Why are you afraid to offend him? He's offending your eyeballs every time he's sending you one of them stupid pictures. No. I think I've taken one selfie my entire life was me and my daughter in it. And I'm like, this is stupid. Why do people do this? Like, we did it because there's nobody to take the picture of us and we wanted to take one. I'm like, I don't get it. Whatever. But anyway, no, you're not being petty. That is a red flag. This guy is afraid of growing up, Peter Pan syndrome, and you were just wasting time with him. So whatever swipey thing you found him on, you need to throw him back. Question number 13. Okay, we got two more after this. This is a young woman, 19 to 26 age group from Phoenix. Let me just start out by saying that I feel extremely bad about this. My boyfriend left to run an errand and left his phone. His phone went off. I answered the call in case it was important. When I hung up, I saw a notification from an app. I didn't want to snoop, but the context was kind of disheartening. He doesn't know that I saw these messages. The preview said blank, replied to your post, dating a girl whom I was her first. It turns out he has been asking people for advice on how to introduce me to kinky BDSM. My boyfriend is very kinky, and she put very in caps, which I have learned over the course of our relationship. But I'm very inexperienced. I was a virgin before him. In one message, he described me as being, quote, sexual in private, but a Catholic schoolgirl in public. I am not a huge fan of PDAs. I'm very reserved in private. Also, it has started to bother me that he's had sex so much in the past, especially since he has talked about experiences with exes or hookups, which is probably why it has started to bother me. I told him thinking about his past bothers me a lot, and he acted fine and hasn't really talked much about it anymore. But since he has started to introduce me to new things like handcuffs, all I can think about is how he has already done all of this with other girls. Deb, I don't know if it's okay for me to be bothered by this or not. I knew when we first started dating, no, he knew rather, when we first started dating that I was a virgin and very inexperienced. But from what I saw, he seems annoyed and kind of judgmental about my lack of experience and knowledge and gets upset that I'm not into watching porn, etc. What do I do? How do I handle this situation? You leave this pervert motherfucker. That's what you do. You see, this is another case of a young lady denying or not really in touch with who and what she is. Okay, you are a somewhat conservative. I mean, look how late you waited before you even got involved with anybody on a physical level. Okay, that shows that you have some kind of code that you were sticking to. You know, whether it's religious, some I don't know. You know, you didn't really say too much about that kind of history, but there has to be a reason why you waited until you were in the 19 to 26 age group before you even ventured down that road. You see what I'm saying? So then you get this dude who's not into romance and love and affection and all this kind of stuff. He's into these kinky weird things that he could be doing with a blow up doll. He doesn't need you for that. You're just like an outlet for his freaky proclivities. So you have to understand what's going on here. You're like a toy to him. He's looking at what he can get you to do that's in down the road for that's on his path to making himself satisfied. It has nothing to do with what meets your needs for intimacy and passion and romance and love. He's all focused on the technical mechanical parts of it. Now, this might be because you're so young and you're, relatively naive and inexperienced that you don't see the situation for what it is. And I'm glad at least you did have enough sense to write me so I could explain it to you. But this guy, this is not the guy for you. Okay, you need somebody who's more normal, especially one who's going to be so disrespectful. He's going to be putting stories about you out on the internet. See, this is another part. This shows you that he doesn't have any value to your relationship as being special and, like you're his woman that he wants to protect and adore and all this kind of stuff. He's putting it out there on these forums, where kink forums, where people just use women as vehicles for their weirdness. And that's unfortunately the situation that you are in now. So somewhere, you're asking if it's okay for you to be bothered by this. Absolutely. You don't need anybody's permission to not like stuff that someone is doing to you that makes you uncomfortable. Okay, you have every right to feel uncomfortable. You own that. Nobody can take that from you, and you don't need to apologize for it. Okay, you have to accept that and stop thinking that you need to please other people. Please yourself. Okay, this is a very bad situation for you, and if you don't get out of it quickly, it's going to destroy you mentally and emotionally. This is very unhealthy relationship. This guy, because his annoyance and judgmental thing, he's gonna start shaming you and trying to force you to do stuff that takes you deeper and deeper down a road that you don't really want to go on. And you're gonna go because you want to please him. Get off this road. Get off, make a U-turn, and go back. Okay, and find you a nice normal dude that wants a girlfriend that's sweet and that treats you like you're precious and important and who really makes love to you. Okay, he loves you, and he just that is the bed. What happens in the bedroom is merely an extension of what happens out of bed. And this thing about the PDAs, like holding hands and stuff, you need to get over that. I don't know what the hell you talking about. If you love your man, you need to show him that you do. And holding hands or walking with your arms around each other and this kind of stuff is no big deal. Don't be such a prude in that relay, and then you want to turn around and do all this freaky shit with handcuffs. That doesn't even make any sense. That makes me know I'm on the right track, and you just doing some shit to please him. You're not really comfortable with all of this. Question number 14. Yeah, he might be posting pictures. She might not really know because she's, especially if he's blindfolding her or whatever. You know what I mean? This dude, he's a piece of work. You need to leave his ass alone. Okay, this one is question 14. This is a young woman in the 19 to 26 age group. She's in Tennessee somewhere. Am I overreacting? I've been talking to this guy for 2 weeks. We FaceTime for hours at a time. Okay, you need a job. We finally meet up. He just got a new job, so he doesn't have money. But he wanted to see me. Oh, really? So we agreed to have drinks. The bill came and he was short. He apologized. I gave him some money. He said he'd give it back to me the next day. Well, the next day comes and something tells me he's not going to do it. Towards the end of the day, he says he's leaving work early because his dad fell and hurt his head. Sure, he did. He said he'd let me know what happens. That was at 3. At 5, I reached out asking if everything is okay. No answer. I already figured we weren't meeting and I'd see him at some other point. This morning, he texts me like nothing happened. Good morning, how are you? I asked what happened. He says his dad had a mild concussion. He didn't get released until 1:30 in the morning, he says. I told him I had texted him because I was worried. He said he didn't see it but was updating his sister. First, I know he saw it. Second, WhatsApp. See, all this stuff I don't use. Showed he was on at 9 p.m. because I was on chatting and noticed he was online. Third, he could have updated me. Since day one, I have felt that something wasn't right. We had an amazing first date and I was feeling good, but also apprehensive. I feel that in the beginning phase, everyone's on their best behavior. He could have sent me an update. And a mild concussion is not a problem. I've had several of them. Either way, I feel like backing out now. Yes, he's going to make a ton of money with this amazing job, and yes, we get along and everything, but something doesn't add up. Am I wrong to start pulling away already? How should I handle this? Okay, first of all, whatever that money is you gave him for the drinks, just say that you paid for the drinks and just let that go. Okay, don't worry about that no more. Um, just pretend that you went out for drinks with your friend or whatever and you treated to the drinks. Okay, so let that go. Because you ain't gonna never get that money back. This guy is a gamer. He's just playing with you. I don't know who would spend hours FaceTiming somebody. I just don't understand that kind of waste of time. Lying about his father having a concussion, his sister, and all this little shit. That motherfucker went to meet some other bitch. That's what that was. And he was worried, he was with her. Might even be his girlfriend. That's probably why he couldn't spending money on you because she would ask him, where's your money? And so that's what that's all about. And you noticed something wasn't right. See, this is my thing. I have to keep reiterating this for young women. You guys have got to stop second guessing yourself and trust yourself. You said you knew from day one. Your gut told you that something wasn't right. Why didn't you listen? See, that if you guys would pay more attention and tune into that little voice telling you, danger, Will Robinson, danger, danger, you would save yourself from so much stuff. But you guys second guess yourself. You tell yourself, no, that's not right. I shouldn't think that. I shouldn't feel that way. I shouldn't say that. And so you get yourself into some shitty situations where you get taken advantage of. Sometimes you disappear and are never seen again. Okay, that's how serious this can be when you don't listen to the little voice warning you of a potential problem and danger. Now, in this one, you made it home safe. Everything was fine. You was feeling good, but you felt the apprehension. You knew that something was off. And you said now you feel like backing out. That's exactly what you should do. So whatever way that he's been able to contact you, you need to block him. All social media, block him. Don't talk to him anymore, and don't you ever spend hours of FaceTime and no motherfucker ever again. That's money. If you got that kind of time to waste, you need to be in class learning something, putting some fat on your head, or you need another job. Okay, you need to be making some money or doing something productive with that time. Nobody needs to spend hours every day FaceTiming or talking on the phone with no niggas. Okay, you don't need to do that. That's just the stupidest thing that you could ever do with your time. You're supposed to be trying to make your mark on the world, not sitting up there making a mark on your ear from holding a phone. Whew, good Lord have mercy. Kayla say we're dumb. No, you're not. You know better. You just don't do it. You just don't do it because you afraid because you want him to like you. You're afraid to hurt his feelings. You're afraid that he might get disturbed or upset. I'm gonna tell you what my daddy used to tell me. You don't really know a man until you piss him off. So it was to be my mission to say some shit that was contrary or just to irritate them or just to see what they did if I did something I knew they wasn't going to like. I would do it on purpose. It wasn't like it was something I maybe even really thought or felt. I'm going to say or do it because I know it's going to get them upset. I want to see how they handle it. How do they do it? Do they punching walls? Want to grab you? Want to call you names? What they do. I want to know. See, that's like around 14 letters my throat starts giving out. Okay, but this is the last one. Question number 15. I don't know why she gave me 15 letters. Okay, this is a young woman, 19 or 26. I haven't spoken to my ex for about a month. The last thing I wrote to him was, when you truly love someone as you say, you see a future with them. Even if you're not ready for marriage, you still fantasize and want this person to be around you in the future. And he didn't respond. Who was going to respond? You ex, that's your ex. Okay, and you sending this Danielle Steele novel shit to him? I wouldn't respond either. What you want him to say? So yesterday, I posted a picture of myself in a bikini on spring break. Yes, it was sexy, but I've never worn a bikini in public my entire life, and this was my first time, and I was proud. I've been exercising hard and watching what I eat so I would be in shape for spring break. He messages me out of the blue and says, "What is this? I thought you were a nice person, but you are a slut now." Ooh. I got so angry because I am far from a slut. I don't even have casual, relations or even care about it. And he slut shamed me, and I cried all night. Girl, we got to toughen you up. Then I told him, "You are the slut who downloaded Tinder and Bumble throughout our relationship, and don't ever try to shame me or judge someone based on a picture." Then he told me, "After this picture, I am officially done with you." And then I laughed and said, "Dude, we were officially done a long time ago. What are you saying, officially done?" And then he said, "Okay, good luck." And then we went back and forth. I was moving on and feeling better, and he ruined everything. I am panicking since yesterday because I have anxiety. He was telling me that I changed, that I'm not a good person, and kept saying it, and it's not true. Deb, was he wrong to do this? I've always thought he was a narcissist. He always made me feel bad even when he did something wrong, and never even said sorry when he did something wrong, and always guilt tripped me. Did he message me because he wanted to hurt me and manipulate me? I feel so sick. His words really hit me hard. Girl, you need to slap yourself. Number one, you knew he was a fuck up. That's why you broke up with him. Okay, so why did you not block him from being able to contact you? See, I don't understand you guys. You break up with these dudes and then you leave the avenues for them to bother you and interject themselves in your life in all these fucked up ways. You don't block them from being able to do that. You block them on Facebook. You block them on whatever, Bumble, Tinder, Twitter, FaceTime. I mean, whatever ways, WhatsApp, all these different things y'all use, Instagram, Snapchat. Everything that you use, you block him so he can't he can't contact you. That's what you're supposed to do. It's called going no contact. And that's what you have to do. You don't leave any avenue for them to get back in touch with you, because see, when you do that, it lets me know that you, in the back recesses of your mind, you hoping that y'all get back together. Because otherwise you would be done with him. It would be a wrap. And you would make sure he did not have no time or energy investing anything to ruin your life. Not anymore. Because once you got rid of him, that should have been the end of his ability to ruin anything for you. Okay, so but you guys don't do that. You're not self-protective enough. Okay, so now spank your hand. Now let's talk about his ass. Um, Talking about, well, you're a slut. You were supposed to cuss him out. It's like, you know what? Well, I think I've used enough profanity for this show, but you get the general idea. He would have become every kind of MF and whatever else I could have thought of, and he would have got an earful. And I told him, "Who gives a shit what you think? You trifling piece of bumble fucker." It's like, you sitting up there, he got Bumble and Tinder and all these things throughout your relationship, and you kept dating him? See, that was another mistake that you made. When you found out he did that the first time, you were supposed to drop him. The fact that he felt like he could do that and keep doing it was, you just let him just treat you that way by staying in the relationship. By staying there, you're telling him that it's okay to do that for you because he had no repercussions for that kind of behavior. When men treat you like this, you get rid of them. He has to be punished for that. And the punishment is fine. I mean, you want to do that, that's fine. Nobody's saying you can't. But you're not going to do that and have me at the same time. See, that's not going to work. And that's the boundaries that you guys don't seem to put up. I just don't understand it. And then you're going to sit there and let somebody send you some text like this. I mean, right in the middle of him texting, you should have blocked him. I don't understand why you let yourself get like that. So what you have to do is, stop with this. You sitting up there focusing on what he said and what he thinks, and you letting it affect you and cause you anxiety and worrying about whether it was true and defending yourself and all this kind of stuff. See, you wasting time. You wasting energy. You giving him way too much power in your life for somebody who's supposed to be an ex. You need some therapy. I mean, seriously. I mean, for why you need to understand what's going on with you. Why you would stay in a relationship with a man who has repeatedly put his profiles on these dating apps, and you know it, and you stay with him. Okay, that's one thing. What's going on with you? Then you're not gonna shut the door on the relationship, and then you're gonna let him talk to you like this, and you don't blow his hair back. And because you could have easily hurt his feelings because he's want to be worrying about you being such. And that's right, I was. Because while I was down there, not only did I have the bikini, I skinny dipped, and I fucked 12 dudes. Now, how about that? And all of them were better in bed than you, and their dicks were bigger too, and they lasted longer, and they were better kissers, and they looked better, and they had a better body. So it just let me know while I was doing all of that what a loser you was and how much time I wasted with your fucking ass. That's what I would have done. I would have hurt his feelings. Everyone that he ever thought he had, so that he would have hung up and he would have blocked me. That's how you have to do it. But I want you to stop with this pity party. This thing here where you talking about, he guilt tripped me and he hurt me and I feel sick and all this old stuff. You need to slap yourself and snap out of that. Because you giving him way too much power and influence in your life, and I'm not liking that at all. You need to toughen up. You're gonna be out here dating, you get your shit together. Don't you ever let some man treat you like that and talk to you and you don't blow his fucking hair back and hurt all his feelings, all of them. That's what you do. And then you hang up and you just stand up and walk around and do your G dance. That's what I do after I fuck them up. Ooh, ooh. Y'all didn't know I can really dance though too to be old. But that's another story. But anyway, that ends today's broadcast. That ends today's broadcast of What the Fuck Tuesday. We're in the party mode. Yes, yes. We're going to fuck them up. Fuck them up. Fuck them up. Fuck them up. I mean, I don't know what y'all want from me. You know how I am. There's not a man left in this world who I'm going to let talk to me like that. And I suggest that you follow suit. Okay, that should never happen. You guys got to get your G on. But we will be back. We will be back on Thursday. I'm going to order myself a replacement camera because I'm just really not liking this one at all. So we'll see if it comes in time. Otherwise, I'll just guess I'll still be using this old homey camera for another show. And then I will be doing something on the weekend with my interviewees. I will be in touch with you probably tomorrow, giving you an idea of how the interview is going to go, and we'll set everything up, for the interviews, which will take place on Saturday. They will start on Saturday. You guys, this is going to be fabulous. People sharing their stories about how they changed themselves, and I noticed in the applications, a lot of them credit, what they learned on this channel. So I'm very curious, to see what it is that they learned and how they applied it. I'm just nosy like that. But I'm rooting for these ladies because I'm just so proud of everybody for, taking that step and making that change in their life. That's what I'm here for. So when I hear that you've actually done that, then I'm just like, it's lovely. Also, let's see, what else was I going to tell you guys? Oh yeah, we'll be in touch. Lady Boss and I will be in touch about the new moderators to get you up to speed on that. And then I'll be back on Sunday with the live stream. Saturday I have to do these interviews, so look for me on Sunday, and we'll do a live stream in the early afternoon on some topic. I don't know what we're going to have yet, but it'll be something interesting like it always is. I want to thank everybody for coming, and for those of you who are here for the first disaster part of the stream, thank you for staying for the second part. I really appreciate it. Thanks, Kayla. I see that donation. But you guys are the best squad ever. And I will see you on Thursday night, okay? Just be here, 6 o'clock sharp. Bye-bye.